Let's have a quick look at membrane structure and function, because without a membrane, our cells wouldn't actually be cells. That's the thing that contains everything and allows eukaryotic cells to actually have different compartments in them so that they can work more efficiently. Now, here's some good pictures of cell membranes up close and personal. And if you look here, this is from Wikipedia, the cell membrane, of course, is all of the little areas like this, like on the outside of the cell. And when you look at that area more closely, it actually looks something like this. And as you can see, it's not simply one homogeneous layer. It's actually got many different things put throughout it. And this membrane is actually so fluidic in the way that it moves and it is structured that we actually call this the fluid mosaic model, because essentially this acts as a moving fluid that sticks together, allowing separation between outside and inside of a cell. If we go down here, you can see what it actually looks like up close. The membrane itself is made up of these tiny molecules called phospholipids. Now up close they look like this. Now they have a lipid tail here, which is made out of carbons and hydrogens, and because of that it's extremely hydrophobic. It hates water. And on the top here it has what we call a hydrophilic end, or a water-loving end, because it has phosphate in there. So this little phospholipid is the basis of all our membranes and their structures. These guys stick together naturally without any energy input. In order to keep away from the water, because our whole cell environment is itself made of water, these lipids, when you have a whole heap of them, will actually put themselves together so that their hydrophobic ends are together, essentially squeezing out any possibility of water getting near them, and their hydrophilic ends then form a layer here which is happy to touch the water on either side. Because remember, our cells are essentially mostly water. We are a water-based organism. So drop these little guys into any water-based environment and they will automatically form into a membranous layer in a spherical form, because every part of them wants to have all of their hydrophobic areas not exposed to water and all of their hydrophilic areas exposed to water. Now, as you can see, it's not just the phospholipids that are present. There are other structures in there as well. Let's have a look at them now. Within each of our cells we have proteins and carbohydrates and other little molecules embedded in those phospholipid bilayers. Now here we have cholesterol. This is essentially a very important molecule because it actually helps our membranes to stay fluid and stay in their liquid state at standard atmospheric temperature and pressure. Without that, we'd actually have our membranes hardening at the normal temperatures that we exist in. We have glycoproteins. Glyco means has a sugar on it. Protein, of course, means protein. So this great big globular structure here is a protein. And here we have a protein with, if you look carefully, a sugar stuck on top of it. Here we have what we call a glycolipid. Glyco again means sugar, lipid means a fat. Remember, fats hate water, so the fatty area of it is embedded in the hydrophilic part of that phospholipid membrane, and the sugar part of it sticks out the top here. We have other types of proteins that are embedded through it. This one here is a protein as well, and all of them have their own very important jobs.